Hello, everyone. It has been a while, or it might not have been, depending on how you're watching this. I'm not your boss, so I can't tell you how to do so, but this is Adam Picar with the library to give another drawing lesson. Today, we're going to be discussing a little bit on how to do character proportions. It's going to be simple. I'm not going to go into full detail on a character because that's where you come in, whether you're making your own or you're doing an image off of, say, a Marvel thing, you're just trying to draw a character or something. I'm just showing you how to get the proportions down, and we're going to start with guide proportions for characters like Superman, Iron Man, that sort of thing. We're going with the basics, so if you want to look up how to do somebody like the Incredible Hulk or somebody like that, I highly suggest you do searches for those until I get around to making a video of it anyway. But I'm going to start with the basics today. So, we got our blank paper, we got our, I'm going to use a 2B pencil to make sure that we can see and everything. I apologize if the camera is wobbly. My old stand kind of broke, so the new stand is, it's one of those cheapo selfie things that uses a wiggly wobbly arm to hold in place. So I apologize in advance about that. Pardon me. So, thing you got to remember when you are drawing people is that their proportions tend to be all based off the head. The head is our general unit of measure, and a person, particularly for a comic, if they're going to be a superhero, tends to be 8 to 9 heads high. This is for guys or girls. It does not matter, just proportionally. This does not mean that somebody who is 8 heads high is necessarily tall. It means that their frame follows that proportion, like their musculature and everything like that gives them a certain stature and bearing. So yeah, you could have your hero be 4.5 feet tall, but they are still 8 heads tall because they carry a specific frame, certain muscle size and everything. Again, I'm not going to be getting too much into the details. I'm mostly going to be showing how you do the measurements and stuff. So, to start, I'm going to be holding this steady a little bit while I do this. Start by drawing a circle. This is going to be your base head. And you can even put like your little eye line, little hair, or anything like that. But this is your base measurement. Everything runs off of this. So, then do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this here represents our hero character. Now I know, it looks like a little wiggly worm and everything like that. That's fine. That's what we're starting with. So, in order to properly measure that, and just so you know, I do have references and stuff that I use. I'm a professional artist and I still use these things. So, what we're going to do is we are going to measure. So, let's take a look at this thing here. This hero proportions. If you notice, the torso of this male hero is about 3 heads tall. So, we go neck, torso, waist. All right, so now you can see the body is starting to take form. You have the arms come out a little bit. You can be a little bit more loose with how you want to do shoulders and stuff. If you want to give them a good set of deltoids and stuff like that, make sure that you focus on making the shoulders a little bit lower, because that makes it look like, you know, they have a thicker neck and everything, and then you can adjust things here to get detail. So again, we'll use this. I don't know, he's got some kind of guile crew cut or whatever. I'm not going super high into detail on this guy. But anyway, so there's that. Let's get his arms. Now, you're going to see me do this. I am going to do sticks, because sticks let you very, very quickly see how things go without putting too many lines on the paper that will make them messy. That's a key thing, though. Don't be afraid to be messy. It's your early drawings. The rough on the sketch is where messiness is okay. You're going to want to clean things up with like overlines and stuff like that, but for the first start, don't be afraid to be a little sketchy, a little rough. And when you get more and more advanced, you want to get more confident lines and things like that. And that's where, like, you know, your overdraws and things like that occur, where you will trace over with clean strokes. But for right now, we're just working on the proportions. So, here we go with arms. Going to give him his biceps and triceps. Make sure to note that that goes through like that, and just a little cleanup there. And biceps. Make it a little bit bigger to capitalize on the fact that he's got a huge trunk. And, you know, I'm breaking my rule a little bit. This is just force of habit. Hands. We're going to kind of leap the detail on that. Hands will be a separate video if I make one, because any artist is going to tell you the thing they hate drawing most is hands, and then feet. In fact, if you're wondering how often artists go to hide hands and feet, well, you can make an entire career out of it. And if you don't believe me, Deadpool was one of the highest grossing films of all time. So, you know, good job, Rod Liefeld. So, you know. So this should actually be a little bit bigger. Good proportion. Should have the hands come down to about what mid-thigh will be. So let's continue with the torso. We know we've got this here. So the torso ended here, and you want to focus on legs. So this should go down to about 1.5, so that's down here. Go. The knees kind of have a little bit of a ball in them. Then we go down to the calves. Sorry about that. Pencil's going to be sharpened soon, but, you know, that's fine right here. Calves do a sort of hook type shape. And we can get rid of the balls at this point, and then we work on the feet. Feet tend to be based on a sort of almost triangle, quadrilateral thing. To start. Then you can kind of refine. And this is all because the feet have a perspective. They are coming towards you. clean up some line work. Get these. This guy's got some skinny legs. He did not do leg day. You'll find that legs are sometimes a little bit hard to properly proportion. I'm also a little bit rusty. I haven't been doing this as much as I should have, but, you know. Basic rule is that, let me sharpen this. Got my handy sharpener. There we go, nice and sharp. All right. So here's our guy with a heroic body. I will add in the remaining arm. Expand the tricep a little bit. And his arm's a little too short there, so let's get this like this. Get the arm forearms up nice and wide. Clean up. Again, when you get done, you're going to want to be cleaned up, but when you're starting, don't be afraid to be a little bit loose. And here we go. Here is our guy right in here. Let's go. So, proportion-wise, if we measure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He is about 8 heads tall. And that is how you proportion out a superhero physique. Adding on some things. You're going to want to do some ab lines. Give him his utility belt. Draw his logo or whatever. I don't know. Lock and key man. There we go. I don't know. Made him up on the spot. Do this. Clear out some of the line work that we've done in the eyes. Fun. Give him a mustache and a beard. Clear this a little bit. This is always the fun part where you just kind of get to add details, because details are kind of where you make the thing come together, and details you can just be a little bit freeform with. It's not the best, most accurate proportion-wise, but, you know, hey, it works. Give a little bit on there for knuckles, a fist. Do the same thing here, because, again, hands are a pain in the butt. And for lock and key man, I don't know, give him a set of keys. Like so. There we go. Just clear a little bit up on the face. And you can adjust some of the stuff of the head. Heads tend to be slightly egg-shaped, but they tend to follow a proportion of 5 eyes across, 7 eyes up and down. Give him one of these dealies. There we go. Just clean this up. And this. And there we go. A basic superhero guy. So yeah, that is how to do heroic proportions for a male character. As you can see, stands up at 8 inches high. This is not like a super clean work or anything. If I were doing a more clean work, I would probably be using a much lighter pencil. I'm trying to make sure that you can kind of see lines and stuff like that. Don't be afraid if you don't have high amounts of detail. The more detail you add means the more detail you have to draw over and over again if you're getting into comics. Sure, Spider-Man's all fun and games to draw the first time, but then when you're 17 panels into it and you have to draw all those webs on his suit, there's a reason why the black suit Spider-Man thing happened. It was easy to do. So, yeah, costume changes are usually because people are tired of drawing certain aspects of a hero over and over again. All right, well, that concludes how to draw male hero proportions. Join me next time, and I will be working on female hero proportions. Again, a lot of the stuff is going to be the same, but we're going to be using a somewhat different take. And then after these proportion videos, the next set of videos I'm going to be working on is how to do poses. Because, yeah, you can do this all you want, and it'll be fine and dandy for getting your idea out, but you are going to want to have, you're going to want to be able to do poses and things like that, because otherwise it's just like action figures if you just have, you know, paper cutouts swatting at each other. So, all said and done, here's, like I said, how you do male hero poses. Next time we'll do a lady hero. All right, y'all, take care, have a good one, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.